Andre, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Are you well?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad. Have you seen that we're playing Montpellier tonight? Yeah, it's a big game in the Europa Conference League. You seen that?
Yes.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you've seen it. I'm glad you're keeping up with me. It's great to hear from you. Have you seen their form recently?
No.
No, you've not. Well, Andre, I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to download the One Football app. It's the best football app out there for all of the latest footballing news, scores, updates, and of course, keeping track of all the team's form. Yeah, it's really good. I recommend you download it from the top line of the description for absolutely free. Because if you do that, it massively helps me and my channel out as well. So if you wouldn't mind, Andre, that'd be really kind. Brilliant. Fantastic. Right. See you soon, mate. Have a good one. You love to see it. Andre on the phone. What a boy. The bad news is Montpellier's form, it's really good. Hello and welcome back to On the Rocks. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode, which will start off with an apology because I've massively messed things up this week. Yesterday's video, which came out on Thursday, was meant to come out on wait, what day are we today? This is part of the issue. I've lost track of everything this week. Essentially, Thursday's video didn't come out on Thursday. It came out on Friday because I scheduled it all wrong and everything's been like pushed back. Basically, I've just messed things up massively. I do apologise. I didn't realise this until Friday morning when I went to go and check the video and saw, oh, it's not been uploaded. What happened there? I've messed things up. So I do apologise. Of course, we'll have obviously videos out for both days this weekend for you to make up for all of that because you need your fix of On the Rocks. And then, of course, we go back into the normal schedule next week of Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for On the Rocks and experiments on Wednesdays and Sundays because that's the last day of the week. So sorry about that. It's been a busy week and I've just lost track of time and everything. So I do apologise. Anyway, today's episode is a big one because we've got Montpellier in both games of the Europa Conference League first knockout round. And if I'm honest with you, I don't think we're going to do particularly well. We saw last episode or a few episodes ago that Montpellier are... Well, they weren't doing very well in Ligue 1, but since then, they've moved themselves up from 14th to 9th, and their form is pretty good. They've lost 2 games in there as well, but other than that, they've won loads of league games in a row. They've done really well, so they're going to be difficult to beat. If we look at their senior squad as well, we've had them scouted out, and you can just sort of see by their current ability that compared to our team's current ability, they probably are a bit better in just about every position. So it's going to be a very difficult game. They're also on so much more money than our players as well, which shouldn't make too much of a difference. I feel like we are pretty evenly matched, but Montpellier probably the better of the two teams. However, we have been in some pretty decent form ourselves since you guys were last here. As you can see, lots of green in there. So you were last here for... What were you last here for? I believe it was Hibs and Motherwell, wasn't it? You were last here for, I think. And since then, we have played 5 games and won all 5 of them. So a 5-1 victory over Livingston with lots of players scoring goals in that one, including Tam Lumper back from his long-term injury, which was great to see. We then saw a hat-trick from Connor McLennan in a 4-1 victory over Hearts, which was really nice, before we took on Livingston again in the Scottish Cup 5th round and beat them 2-0. We then had Rangers and got a 3-1 victory against them. Now, this was probably a bit undeserved, I must say. If we look at the match stats, 20 shots to Rangers, 10 shots to us. We didn't play badly at all, but Rangers had a lot more of possession, better chances. We just took our chances so much better and got a really decent result against Rangers, which I'm really happy with. And then last time out, we beat Ross County 2-0. What it means for the league table is that, well, second place is not off the table. We are currently 4 points behind Rangers, who actually have been in some poor form recently. Obviously, they lost to us, but they've had some draws in there against Celtic. Actually, I say they've been in poor form. They've won every game apart from us and Celtic. But I guess for Rangers, that is poor form. But I felt like we were like 10 points behind them. We're now only 4 points behind them, which is very good for us. So I'm really happy with that. We're playing really well right now. We are 10 points clear of Hibs as well, even though they've got a game in hand. But we are clear of Hibs for now, which is quite nice. But there's a chance of second place this season. If we just keep going well, it could be ours. Now, there has been some big news, and you'll probably see this from the thumbnail, right? But we sold a player right at the end of transfer deadline day. I'll be honest, it's not a player that I wanted to sell, but we were offered a nice amount of money. So Chelsea came in for Ross McCrory. They offered like £1 million or something like that, and I negotiated it up to £3.5 million. And we couldn't really say no to £3.5 million. He is arguably one of, if not the best player in the team in terms of he can play so many different positions. He's really versatile, a great player to have. But £3.5 million is nicer, and I think that £3.5 million in the transfer window will buy us maybe not someone quite as good as Ross, but someone who, or at least a couple of players who can at least play in different positions and add a lot more value to the team. It also means we have made profit on transfers this season. We spent £2.5 million or so on Shankland and Campbell and a couple of other sort of things. And then, of course, the £3.5 million coming in for Ross is really decent. He's gone straight into the Chelsea under-23s. I have no idea why they want him, because I can't see him getting into their first team, if I'm honest with you. He's gone straight to the under-20. He's made one appearance, to be fair. By looks of things, though, because there's no average rating, it was like a substitute appearance in like the 90th minute. But you can see he's already listed for loan, right? So I don't understand why they signed him or wanted him. But we'll take the £3.5 million and then get him on a free transfer in a couple of years down the line when he decides that he's going to leave the club. So in terms of our finances, we are looking very nice. £11 million in the bank. We should, if we look at projection for transfer budget is nearly £5.5 million for next season, and I assume our wage bill will go up massively, so we have to massively reinvest next season into some quality players. But enough of all of the talking. We're here for the Montpellier game, and this is huge right now. We're playing Montpellier. Rangers are currently playing in the Europa League against AC Milan. It might show us, I think it will show us, but they're playing in the Europa. Oh, it does. There you go. AC Milan versus Rangers. Celtic already in the Europa League second knockout round by winning their group. So hopefully this is going to be a good night for Scottish football. I think because we are playing at home first and foremost, although Montpellier are probably a little better than us, we've got to go all out and really try and win this game. So we're going to play our usual 4-4-2 with Lewis in goal and a backline of Davies, McIntyre, Hoban and Laird. McLennan, who's come in since, of course, Brooke Lennon left the club. He's played very well on the right wing. He's joined by Dean Campbell today in the deep line playmaker position because Lewis Ferguson is currently suspended for this game because of multiple yellow card infringement. So he's playing in the deep line playmaker position. Adam Campbell plays as the ball-winning midfielder with Gordon on the left, PK up front, alongside Shankland, who's now got 16 goals to his name and is the top scorer in the squad. We've had really good returns from PK, Gordon and Shankland, both getting 15 and 16 goals between them. Canberra lagging behind a little bit, but we've really done better with scoring goals this season from across the board. I'm feeling lucky today, though. I'm feeling very lucky because today, after probably like 3 years, I found my favourite t-shirt ever. It's slightly green screened out, but if you ever watched Tracy Beaker back in... You can't really see it, right, because of the green screen. If you watched Tracy Beaker back in the day, that's Duke, the chef from Tracy Beaker, on the son from the Teletubbies. Basically, if you link that to school, right, there was always one kid at school who loved their novelty t-shirts and was a bit of a prick. That was me. But for my 18th, my mate made me this t-shirt, which I thought was really, really cool, as Montpellier come forward and don't score. That's all right. But I thought I'd like lost it at uni or left it at uni somewhere. It was my favourite t-shirt. And then I found it the other day, or my dad found it, because it got put in one of his drawers, at the bottom of his drawers for some reason, for like 3 years. But I found it, and I feel like it's my lucky day, because I've got this t-shirt back, which I adore. And fingers crossed, the luck is going to continue in the Europa Conference League. As Hoban on the ball for us right now, into Laird, back to Hoban. Let's build forward nicely here, boys. I think you can sort of see that they've got a nice back... Is that a back five? They've got a back four for Montpellier there. So they're playing quite deep, I think. They've got CDM in there as well, I believe. So it's going to be tough to break them down, but they've got possession right now as they look to come forward. It's a good ball into the box, but Lewis equal to make the save. The highlight's actually continuing that PK's never going to win that header, but Campbell does win the ball in the middle. Dean Campbell out to Gordon. Gordon into the area, into PK. PK! Oh, rattles the crossbar. That was the chance to go ahead. And already another highlight which Shankland can't quite get on the end of. That was a good chance for us there. But will we be able to get the ball back and put pressure on Montpellier again? Now, ideally, we don't want to be conceding any away goals today. A 0-0 draw for us would be a decent result, I reckon. But obviously going to their place to then win will be difficult. So ideally, a 1-0, 2-0 win would be perfect for us, but it's going to be so difficult because, as we said, this Montpellier side are, on paper, better than us, and as I say, let's not concede away goals. They score. Okay, so that is one away goal to Montpellier. I think we can... The thing is, though, if we do lose today, I'm not going to be disappointed. I mean, I will be, but I won't be because I think we've done phenomenally well to get to the knockout stages of a European competition. That's really good. And I think next season, obviously, we build on that and try and go a little bit further. But I think we've done so well this season, so I'm really proud of the boys. Half-time, though, 1-0 down, probably as we may have expected. Let's thrash the arms, far from pleased from what I've just seen, try and turn it around in the second half. Thing is, we're not creating too many chances for ourselves. What we might need to do is actually go a little more attacking. At this stage, there's nothing to lose, right? So why not go... There's definitely nothing to lose now. We're 2-0 down. So let's go a little bit more attacking, right? McLennan into the right wing position, but we might bring Ryan Hedges on instead to play on that right-hand side. See how he performs as an inside forward on attack to assist Shankland a little bit. Speaking of Shankland, he's not played brilliantly today, so let's bring him off for Canberra and make him more of a target man on support. And I'll tell you what, Ethan Laird on a 6.3. Let's get him off and bring Roland Hernandez on instead. All three changes. Let's go a little bit more attacking with our play as well. Wing back on attack on this side. Let's make Hernandez a wing back on attack as well. Campbell can become more of a... let's leave him as a deep line playmaker for now, actually. We don't want to go too attacking, leave gaps in the midfield and be really susceptible to attacks from Montpellier. But if we go a little bit more attacking, I've got faith in us. Although maybe I shouldn't have any faith at all because we've had no chances since I've made those changes. And this is the first highlight since those changes have been made. And it actually is not coming towards us as Hoban's ball has a little bit too much on it. Montpellier looking for a third, which would probably finish off the tie, even though there's two legs if they grab a third away goal, which would be rather disappointing. But they've nearly got it, but I think they have been the better team. It's sad, but we just aren't quite up to the challenge of, you know, a mediocre French top-tier side. I mean, maybe they're not mediocre. They're a decent French top-tier side. There's a long way to go still, basically. A long way to go, but fingers crossed as the VAR might give us a helping hand here. They've disallowed that third goal, which is nice, so that helps us out a little bit. Where was the offside in there? Just there. You love to see it. All right. Okay. 2-0's not an awful deficit, right? But we're going to have to be at our very, very best and then some in the second leg. And unfortunately, it got even worse for Rangers. They lost 4-0 to AC Milan, which I think we probably were all expecting secretly. So looks like us and Rangers are going to both be out of European competitions, but hopefully Celtic will fly the flag for Scotland in the Europa League in the second knockout round and further and get those coefficient points to make sure we get more Champions League places. What did we say last time? We're 12th right now, but our coefficient for next season is 35.7, which puts us 1, 2, 3 places higher. So it puts us into 9th by looks of things as it stands right now, barring any great performances from teams from these countries. If we look at the qualification places, 9th would get us a group stage place in the Champions League. Okay. And then an extra place in Europe as well. You get 5 places. Wow, okay. So Celtic, please do us a favour and make sure you do well to get us at least 9th. There'd still only be 2 places for the Champions League, but, you know, a guaranteed group stage place in the Champions League is mental. Apparently, out of nowhere, Matty Kennedy is unhappy that he's not playing enough. He's a squad player. How many games have you played this season? 6. That's squad player enough for me. Discuss the issue with players then. So actually some pretty high profile players in Joe Lewis, Considine and Ferguson are unhappy with me right now. And they're all team leaders. So I should probably do something right. What I'm going to say, though, is that if I play him, other better players have got to be dropped. And, I mean, Ferguson's happy with that. But Joe Lewis and Kennedy aren't so happy. But, Oh, Considine is satisfied. We don't care about Kennedy. It's just we don't care about Joe Lewis. He's been replaced next season anyway, so I'm happy. That's a positive meeting. Oh, I tell you what I have been doing since last episode as well. You'll like this. I mean, I hope you'll like this at least. Shortlist. I've been going through all of the teams in the Scottish Premiership and just sort of scouting them out, getting some team reports, and trying to find the best players that I can from these other teams that we can sign up. So there's a few players here who have like rubbish current ability but high potential. I think maybe like a Kevin Nesbitt next season would be great to bring in. A John Suter at the back might be quite good. Joe Newell on the centre midfield would be good to bring in. If we can't find a good right back, then there'd be Scott. Is it Scott? Is it Scott? Stephen O'Donnell, be good to bring in from Motherwell, for example. I mean, in terms of potential, if we sort it by that, there's loads of players with some decent potential as well, youngsters in particular. But of course, that's not too important right now because he's not joining until next season. So the next season's transfer window or transfer special will focus on that a little more. Hamilton up next, who are currently 10th in the table. This is a chance for us to rotate a little bit and play some youngsters. And what I want to do is bring Mike Taggart on at the back and then also bring on Tam McLumper in the middle of the park. And it's a little risky because they're obviously 16, 17 years old, very, very young. But I want to give them game time because we couldn't get them out on loan in January. Harry Storm, a young striker, he's gone out on loan to Airdrie in I think it's League One in Scotland, but he's 1 goal in 4 games isn't too bad. He's playing more regular football there at a higher level than he was here, so I think it was good to get him out on loan for the second half of the season. But we do need to make sure Mike Target and Tam McLumper are getting plenty of game time. So they are the only 2 changes I think we'll make going into this game. So let's submit the team and head to it. So as kickoff is upon us here today, one game we need to watch out for is Hibs versus Rangers, because hopefully Hibs winning that will do us a massive favour in the grand scheme of trying to come second this season. This for us should be a relatively routine victory. We've just hit the crossbar there through McLennan's header. Good chance for us early on though. Unfortunately for us, Rangers are 1-0 up already through a penalty. So Hibernian are not doing a good job for us right now. And to be fair, it only matters if Hibs beat Rangers if we do our job as well, which right now, it doesn't really seem like we're doing. We're having some chances, as you can see from the 5 shots, but nothing on a highlight. So a little concerning as we go into half-time 0-0. I'm going to go aggressive again, far from pleased from what I've just seen. Sort it out. Chance for us early on in this second half, although the throw-in has been just cleared away straight away, so that's not quite so good for us as Hamilton get the ball cleared. Only as far as Shankland, who's playing at... Why are you at centre-back there, Shankland? Get yourself forward and get in the box. We needed to score some goals as Tam McLumper into Davies. Davies getting the ball out wide. Can he put a cross in? He does. It's cleared. No one quite in the right area. And Hamilton look to come forward, although they just play it back to the defence, which is all right with us. We have missed a header, though, so they have still got possession as they look to come forward. Please don't score. Naismith on the edge of the area. Surely all he can do is shoot. No, they pass it round and... Come on, lads. We are better than this. So much better than this. Why are we not winning? First of all, we're going to take Gordon off because he's played terribly for Ryan Hedges. Get him off. I think maybe we bring Dean Campbell. No, he's not that good. He's as good as Tam. I don't know. Dean Campbell's not the solution there at all, I don't think. I think maybe Canberry comes on again for Shankland and see if he can just do anything out there. Or maybe, actually, no. Let's move Shankland to the pressing forward, Canberry on as a deep line playmaker, or deep line forward I should say. Let's go a little more attacking. Let's shout, demand more. We should be winning this game comfortably. I'm not sure how we've not scored a goal in it yet. And it's just poor defensive mistakes. Like how are we leaving our left winger to go and get that ball? Why isn't no one at the back clearing that one up for us? I don't know. We get the ball in the middle though. McLennan tackled, Laird, Shankland, crossbar. Second time we've hit the woodwork today. A bit unlucky when it comes to that. Tam McLumper's free kick is good. And Alan Campbell gets his second of the season. Half an hour to go. There's still a chance for us to get the winner. Much better though from us. Much better from us there. 13 shots we've had to their 3 shots. So, I mean, if we get a draw out of this, it'll be frustrating, won't it? As Rangers are still only winning 1-0. Hibs could get back into that game and help us out massively. Demand more again. Let's go very attacking. Let's change up some of the roles in the final 5 minutes or so to be... complete wing back on attack, winger on attack. Tam McLumper, can you be an advanced playmaker on attack? Let's just really go for it in the final 5 minutes. But in the meantime, it's Hamilton coming forward. Good tackle there from Mike Taggart, although I think that's just a highlight as it was for the substitutions and whatnot. 3 minutes to go. Let's get a win here, and it really help us propel ourselves forward for the game against Montpellier. Hedges with a fantastic header. You love to see it. He's been left cold this season, to be fair. He was fantastic last season, but Gordon coming in and being as good as he has been has just meant Hedges has had no game time. But when it matters, he's come on the pitch and got the winner for us a few minutes from time. It's a superb cross from Laird, by the way. Really solid from him. And with only 4 minutes out of time to go, we should have picked up the 3 points here. We keep the pressure on Rangers, who ended up winning their game as well. But that Whew, we grinded it out, but a good result. So, Montpellier up next, and I'll be honest with you, we need a miracle. An absolute miracle away from home, and I'm not quite sure if we can. I don't think we can do it. I think it might just be one step too far away for us. We can bring Lewis Ferguson back on the pitch though, which is quite handy. So we'll bring him on, and then of course we'll bring, where is he? Tommy Hoban back on for Mike Taggart. Anyone not played well in the past 5 games? Everyone's played relatively. With Gordon, if anyone has not played brilliantly, maybe we give Hedges a go instead of Gordon. You know, Hedges, give him a chance out there. But other than that, like, I just don't really see how the team gets any stronger. I don't know what else we can do to make it better. I think we've just got to give it a go. Maybe let's start Canberra and Shanklin together this time instead of PK. PK's got 15 goals to his name. It's really, I mean, it says something, right? Actually, looking at the average ratings, they've both played poorly in their last 5 games, 6.7 and 6.7, but they both got 15 goals, so they have the ability to score. You can't. I realise my head's in the way and you can't see that at all, but they've got the ability to score, Gordon and PK. But I don't know. They're not doing it right now. Let's give Canberra and Shanklin and Hedges a go. So as kickoff is upon us, actually what I want to do straight away is just go attacking off the bat and demand more straight away. Let's just really hammer it into them that we've got to play brilliantly off the bat today if we want to be getting the win. We're 2-0 down on aggregate with 2 away goals from Montpellier. So really, we need to win this game 3-0. That's what we need to be doing as Shanklin comes forward. Can he get the... He's got the first one. He's got the first one 10 minutes in. Now that is a great start to the game. Thing is though, this is going to give me too much hope. It's going to give me too much hope now. And it's going to kill me if we suddenly go like 3-0 up inside of 20 minutes or something like that. I'll be so scared and not know what to do. But we've got the first of the 3 goals that we need. Come on, boys. I believe, I think. Or maybe I don't believe. We're now 35 minutes into the game. Montpellier have had 10 shots to our 1 shot. Luckily, that 1 shot went in the back of the net. But since then, we've done nothing. But I guess neither have Montpellier, because this is only the second highlight of the game as they look to come forward. Good interception there. Canberra through to Shanklin again. 2 shots, not 2 goals, unfortunately. If that got in the back of a net, I would have been screaming. Potentially, though, another chance for us as Shanklin gets the ball out wide. Can he find Canberra or Hedges in the middle? Not quite. The keeper collects it and the highlight finishes. But there's another one straight away. Laird's throw into Canberra is terrible and we just lose. How have we done that? If they score a goal off this, which they nearly did with a cheeky chip, luckily Joe Lewis in goal was wise to it. But a corner for us, which has been cleared only as far as Hedges, who puts it back into McIntyre. And, I thought we were going to score a goal. We still might. It's handball? I swear there was a handball in there from that guy. I guess not. Maybe nodded it back to the keeper instead. The animation made it look a bit like a handball. But we won possession back nicely. Ferguson, Hoban, the ball forward is not good enough again. And I don't like this highlight because it's long. And a long highlight usually means a goal. And I feel like we've had our chances now. And Montpellier are going to get a chance to score. There we go. They're through. And it's not a goal. Oh, you love to see it. Okay. A positive end to a very positive first half. We're halfway. If we can just go to extra time. Extra time would be fantastic. I'm going to pump the fists. The pundits have backed you. Shown their right to back you. It's not quite had the desired reaction on most of the players there. But at the start of the second half, Joe Lewis cleared it up towards Shanklin, who can't win it. And, they're going to... Don't score. Good save, Lewis. Good save. Come on, just keep playing well, please. Now, what I have noticed is Leif Davis is on a 6.5. He is very much a form player. He's either really in form or really out of form. Offside. Referee. Offside. Not having that at all. Looks like the linesman has agreed with us there. And it is going to be a... Thank goodness. As I was saying, Leif Davis is a bit of a form player. And right now he's out of form. I did think about changing before this game. I think we're going to do it right now. We'll bring Zach Medley on instead for him at left back. Not the best change in the world, but it's a change we've got to make. Campbell and Ferguson. Campbell's playing well. Ferguson is not. Tam Lumper, on you come. Try and change something in the centre of midfield for us. We really need to bring in like another decent deep line playmaker next season. That's a big issue for us to bring in, I think, next season. In the meantime, Montpellier look to come forward. If they score a goal now, it's probably all over. Oh, why did I say that? As soon as I said that, you knew it was going to happen. Okay. Well, I don't know what to do. I think really, is Campbell's now been sent? Well, that's it. If Campbell's now been sent off, that is completely it. There's no route back into this game. We're done and dusted. You hate to see it. Annoyingly, the assistant manager told me that you should take Campbell off. He's on a yellow card. And I thought, no, let's not take him off. He won't get sent off. We need him on the pitch to win. Of course, he then goes and does that. I can't believe it. So, annoyingly, we're just not quite good enough yet. But I think we've shown a really good account of ourselves. We've certainly not been embarrassed. I think we've played very well. And next season, I think we can hold our heads up high and really aim for that sort of next level in European football. As long as we just keep progressing year on year, that's good for me. And we have certainly progressed from our first qualifying round knockout last season. So big improvement this year round. It's helped Scottish football out massively with the coefficient places. Montpellier, 2 strong forwards on the night, but next season we'll have them. Although saying that, they're currently in 9th in the French First Division, aren't they? So actually, next season, they probably won't even be in Europe. So suck on that, Montpellier. So it's finished 1-1 on the night, but we lose 3-1 on aggregate. Putting the result aside, it was a pleasing performance. I was kind of happy with the boys out there, and they seem to realise that as well, which is quite nice. So we've lost out there. Kind of expected to. I imagine, there we go. Oh, what? Rangers! Look at that! Rangers win 5-0 at home against AC Milan. So maybe we're out of Europe, but at least Rangers and Celtic are still in there, and they are keeping on pushing that European coefficient up. That is a huge result for Rangers. Joe Aribo with a 91st minute, 4th goal to level things up, and then a goal for Burke in extra time to win it. What a turnaround for Rangers. So congratulations to them. Obviously, them and Celtic are in the second knockout round of the Europa League now. So again, that should do really well for our coefficient points. Also good to see that Ukraine have been knocked out, or Dimo Kiev from Ukraine have been knocked out. They're a team sort of challenging our place in the coefficient ranking, so it's good that they've been knocked out. So not quite sure when next episode will be in terms of in-game dates, because next up is the Scottish Cup quarter-final against Wraith Rovers from the Scottish Championship. I am anticipating a win there, which puts us into the Scottish Cup semi-final. So given that we are likely going to win that, then I think we'll do a Scottish Cup semi-final next episode. If we lose it, then I don't know what we're going to do. But I'm not expecting to lose that game. Watch me now lose it 5-0. You can guarantee it, can't you? Anyway, thank you as much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Download the OneFootball app and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. A lot to say there. Apologies, but, I've got to say it. Either way, see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Lots of love. Goodbye.